Near mint condition, the home of collected editions. And check out that eye, that's exactly what we want to see. Woo, look at that panel, baby. And that, as they say, is that. How's it going, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And today, I get to talk about one of my favorite games, but what we're looking at is the Okami official complete works, back in stock from the folks at Udon Entertainment. So let's go ahead and check out this art book together. And welcome back, everybody. Before going any further, a big thank you to the folks at Udon Entertainment for sending us a copy of this new printing of Okami. This was ranked amongst one of the most wanted reprints between fans and this, and of course the upcoming Capcom versus Marvel, or Marvel versus Capcom art book, which will have new extras. So this has previously been printed before. And what we're looking at here are two different versions, and one is, of course, the hardcover right here, and then the soft cover version. So you have Udon Okami Official Complete Works, and then all the way down at the bottom is the Capcom logo. I love this weathered look that we have for the book. And then let's look at the back of the book, and Udon Entertainment production, and then the back of this book. The softcover. Now, the softcover is available everywhere, while the hardcover is exclusive to the Udon shop. I love that this makes a connecting image right here. Of course, not sure who will buy both. To do that, maybe my brother. He's a huge fan. I actually gifted him this book when I bought it back in 2008. I think the book was in 2000. I must have imported it. So that's what we're going to be looking at today, is the softcover version and, of course, the hardcover version. Both versions are identical internally. It's just the hardcover is exactly that. Doesn't have a dust jacket. It's just the art on board. And, of course, this does not have a dust jacket. Now, sure, you could probably tell this is embossed and also has a foil finish to it, very similar to what you find over there in the hardcover. There we go. So you can see our main character right there. And man, this is one of my favorite video games. I love this game. But yeah, it's really cool to see Amaterasu on this cover here, looking all shiny. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up, and then we'll do a quick comparison. Okay, let's go ahead and get this opened. Again, I'm going to use the hardcover. The softcover is $39.99, and it can be found everywhere, whereas this one over here can only be found through the Udon website. We have a table of contents over here. The very, very cool thing about this is they have these two little markings. One is a blue water droplet, and the other one is the red circle, kind of the ones that you find in the game. And this one will tell you what album of the original soundtrack to get and what track, what disc number, as you're flipping through the book. Track 7, tracks 26 through 29. That is freaking amazing. I don't see a lot of books do that. Take advantage of soundtracks. I mean, I can think of right now off the top of my head, like Phonograph, which is the Kieran Gillen book, which of course had something to do with music, but not really art book, especially when it's Capcom, right? Now, if you have not played the game Okami, I strongly suggest doing it. It is a beautiful, beautiful game that it was, actually, it's right here, Clover Studio. I think they're still, I hope they're still around. Clover Studio put together in partnership with Capcom, and then it finally came out in America, and I think it was in 2006. It came out on the PlayStation 2, and it was such a great game. And then eventually there was a, I think it was a Nintendo Wii version, and then there was a Nintendo DS, what was it called? Okamiden, which was like a little version of Amaterasu. So that's who you play as right here. And the style is so beautiful because it's done in this Japanese ink illustrations. So if you're familiar with like this almost feudal era of Japan, and you haven't played this game, you are going to love it because you're going to love the way that it looks, the ink wash paintings. And if you're a fan of course, the video game, this art book is just going to spark all kinds of memories in you. Oh my gosh. Including, you know, the familiars and the spirits through here, as I'm sure you probably saw. There we go. You get Izun right here, the wandering artist, and kind of becomes your sidekick. You know, I have the Switch version, and I've yet to play it. It's just one of those things that I don't play video games as often as I used to. I still buy them like an idiot, but I don't play them as much as I used to. This book is absolutely gorgeous. It is a very special art book to me because it's even translated from the traditional right to left format. A lot of the books that Udon, a lot of the books that Dark Horse or even Square bring over, they usually flip it. And they don't use the mirror technique anymore. They actually cut and paste. But this, they're keeping even the style of the book in the way that it looked originally in Japan. So that's really cool. Keeping it, like, giving it that Eastern look to this just makes it so much special. Going from right to left, and then, of course, the back to front. Very nice. And you see all the different villains through here. And this is the art style you're going to be seeing through the book. So here are the fallen demons. And it is broken up by different chapters right here, as you saw in the table of contents. The book has a total of 288 pages. It's huge. It's primarily devoted to these paintings, and then you have sketches, and you'll even have the concept art through here, like the original ideas that they had for some of the characters. I love seeing these things because when you look at art like this and then you see the final product and why they made some changes, and a lot of it sometimes had to do with, of course, the limitations of the systems, as we've seen in cases of like Nintendo art books, whenever they were dealing with 8-bit or 16-bit, 32-bit. But anyway, like, it's limitations like that they had to make some adjustments or tweaking or some changes. And I like seeing what the original artist, what their intent was. That to me makes for a great art book, and this has a ton of that. It has some of the cutscenes, so if you haven't played the game, it might spoil some things for you. I always say that to people, but if you play the game, you probably know what's going to happen. And I always wonder if there's people that haven't played the game that just love art books that are like, I don't care about spoilers. I just love art. And this is my kind of art style, which it is to me. I love this. And one of the things that this does is because it takes place in this era of Japan that it's inspired by that era. It's absolutely almost like an educational game because it's a fictional version of what classical Japan era would look like. So it combines a lot of the mythology and the folklore. So you are going to see Onis in here. You're going to see Kappas in here. And of course, learn a lot about these different gods and goddesses. And mainly the goddess, of course, Amaterasu, which is the main character because Amaterasu takes the form of the white wolf that you play as. And then you'll see some of the Providence images back here. And some of these myths you may have seen in different mediums, whether it's movies or anime or TV shows or manga. The package art right here for the, I think it's the PS2 release. I think the Wii, was it Wii or Wii U? It might have been the Wii release. Actually copy and pasted this, and they, much like the Daredevil by Bendis, the very first printing, they actually kept like the little bullseye from Photoshop on there. Or people with keener eyes than I did, than I have noticed it. Man, there's a Nenodroid of the character of Amaterasu that I really want. And a message to the fans who love Okami back here. So this is basically the main game. It doesn't have the Okami game that I talked about on the DS or the remake or the Switch version, which really didn't add much. Now what I want to do is compare it to this right here, which is the wide release of the art book. They're both the exact same thing. They have the exact same content. And I want to go back to the beginning here to look at your, there we go, Okami Official Complete Works. And let's bring it in. So let's go ahead and open it up. The paper stock feels the same, honestly. Maybe the hardcover. Well, no. Oh man, this is hard. I think it feels the same. It's the same kind of thickness. So there's really no difference in the colors or anything because the colors are absorbed the same way. The biggest difference that you're going to notice is, of course, the binding. You have the softcover version, which is glued binding. So that means when you're opening up, to kind of give you an example, double page spreads like this, it doesn't truly open up all the way, so you are missing some of the artwork in there. Whereas over here, it's sewn binding. So it's got an eye, and you can see the entire art. But that is it. That is Okami, the complete, well, official complete works from Udon Studios. And that, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this art book, don't forget that the hardcover is exclusively sold through Udon's website, and the softcover version can be purchased from our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget, the CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the content and page count, and of course the differences between the two books. Let me know in the comments down below if you've played Okami, what you think of the art style, or if you've been looking forward to this reprint of this art book. If you have any questions, leave your questions down below. Smash that like button. Everyone stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.